What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome to your weekly energy report for the week of December 8th to the 14th, 2020. Big week we got here, guys. Lot of stuff going on. What's up, my beautiful? And I don't want to hear myself say that, so there we go. Thank you guys for joining. What's up, y'all? Hope you're having a great day. A lot of fun stuff to talk about. We are in the midst of the biggest change of our lives. So important. And so as most of you know, I went and worked with my plant medicines this past weekend. My boy Nick Hawk. What up to Nick Hawk? Hope you're having a great day, brother. Grand Rising. So a lot of this information I got this past weekend. Now, of course, this is all intuitive. It's all information that I was, that was downloaded to me. So there's no proof of this going on anywhere, but I believe it to be going on, to be happening. So what up, Rich? What's up, Crystal? So brain waves. We have beta, alpha, theta, delta, and also gamma. So the way these work is that our conscious mind, which is about 5% of our consciousness, is beta and a little bit of alpha. There's layers to these energies, okay? And then our subconscious mind is deeper alpha, then theta, and then of course delta. Now, gamma rays are part of the superconscious mind, and this wasn't really ever talked about. It wasn't even discovered until about 20 years ago. But they discovered that like Tibetan monks actually, I'm sure Wim Hof probably activates this a lot too, but the Tibetan monks actually, through their practice, they activate these gamma waves, and this is how they're able to control their body temperature. This is how they're able to melt ice around them and, and create massive feats of strength that make that like almost defy the laws of physics. Okay. Now, what I was getting is that humanity, all of us right now, as we are getting these upgrades in energy, it's activating our DNA, and this DNA that's activating in our consciousness is activating these new levels of gamma ray activation in our brain that we didn't have access to before, right? So with this activation, these gamma radiation, not gamma radiation, sorry, of these gamma rays, this is all in the superconscious, and it's in the collective unconsciousness. And so this is where we are all collectively raising up together and having this activate. And of course, it's hitting everybody in a different way, but with this, it's activating and firing on different parts of the brain in different ways, which is also activating the central nervous system in new ways. This is why these ascension symptoms are so intense and so, in some cases unbearable, right? Taylor, thanks for jumping on here, man. I love you, brother. So with this gamma activation, this is where supernatural shit starts to happen, like the Tibetan monks that are able to do these fascinating unexplainable feats of that, but they're doing it through intention. Imagine what they could do now with having access to more of it, right? But this just shows and goes to express that we all have the capacity to do that. So this is where, because we don't all fully understand this, especially if you're not really accessing the subconscious mind a whole lot, like the superconscious mind is on an even deeper level than the subconscious mind. And this is what we activate when we are doing plant medicines, right? Because we're connecting to each other's consciousness. It's a collective process and experience. And when we do that, we learn how to activate and consciously work with energies in this different realm, this different dimension. So this is where we feel like we can do things like dimension jumping and going to different timelines and connecting to the Akashic records and doing these deep energy work. So you're going to be finding people that are like, if people don't understand this, they're going to be feeling that you're going fucking crazy. Okay, so this is where understanding this and having this message connect to them, or send them this video, let them know this is in our bodies. This is the electrical energies interaction with these higher vibrations. Not only that, but now our DNA is getting activated fast, so fast. And with the connection to the gamma rays and these new deeper levels of consciousness that are being exposed, why do you think they're rushing to get this fucking out so bad? Because it's shutting down the brain's ability to access these gamma rays. It's crazy. So this is where the spiritual warfare is, guys. The more work we do on ourselves and connect to and activate these gamma rays in our brain and learn to figure it out and work with it, which, a lot of work that I'm doing now is helping people to access this and being able to connect through my own access of my gamma rays, helping them understand how they're connecting to their gamma rays. And because look, everybody has the same potential in their brain, right? Our brains are made of the same shit. We're just not all activating and not all connecting to the same neural pathways. So as these just because this part of your brain is becoming active does not necessarily mean the neural pathways are going there. So you'll be aware of it, or things will be happening in your unconscious, and you may just brush it off like, oh, that's nothing, right? I don't know, I don't know what's going on. You may not even be aware of it. Suddenly, you may go to reach for the salt when you're at a restaurant, and the salt shaker moves. Well, how the hell did that happen? Oh, it's just my mind fucking with me. No big deal. And then you grab. Things like that are going on, okay? Because this is real. We can literally move things with our mind. Now, I want you guys to consider that, especially I'm a very practical. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a very practically minded. Well, I am Aquarius moon, so I do have a very creative mind, but it's still very practical in nature. So when I see this, I look for a way to be able to measure it. And this is where the microscopy comes into play, so that I can really show quantitative data on how this is functioning. So I'm excited to really dive into this. And I also saw that, the more there's a lot of healers that are coming into their ability, coming into their true purpose, their true nature, which is of course enabling the sort of dark night of the soul experience. But that's where we're at right now. And this next 2 weeks is a time frame, a bubble of really stepping into this. It's almost like we're driving and the universe is pressing the pedal to the metal, and we're like, whoa, slow, we're not doing it on purpose, it's just happening. And now we're like, okay, this is getting fast, and we're flying by cars, and we got to get ready to take a turn, and we never take a turn this fast before. So how we're afraid that cars are gonna flip over, oh shit, how are we gonna do this? We're gonna do it by trusting and letting the universe take over completely. Because essentially it is. When we try to fight it, we could turn at the wrong time from our fear, right? We could activate parts of it that are going to make it much more difficult, or bring back a karmic lesson or something like that that's going to really interfere with the divine nature of the process. This is where, guys, things are going to be changing and happening that are going to make you feel very uncomfortable. Very oh, fuck, can I handle this? It's maybe going to require more responsibility on your part, financially or emotionally. I don't know if I have it in me to be able to do it. This is where we have to trust. This is where we have to have faith and believe that we do have, the ability somewhere in there, and it's going to manifest when we need it. But being in the present moment, not letting ourselves get pulled into the future or the past, because the past could be coming back right now too. If the karma is not finished, the past will come back to finish up the lesson. And look, we just got to address it the best way we can from a place of love in our heart. That's it. Okay. I saw that, I have some major endings going on in my life this past weekend. And I came to realize that, in order for me to create the dream life that I really have envisioned and believe that I'm able to create, I have to cut out any kind of energy that is contrary to that. And that means people with addictions. That means people that are staying stuck in old patterns and habits that are not serving their own best interest. That means cutting out people in situations that they're not serving their own highest good and purpose. So I can only surround myself now with people that are doing their internal work, that are actually putting on their A game, like, calling themselves out, people that call me out, people that make me better, like pretty much everybody I have in my life, that's close to me is either very adamantly doing the work, internally. They're very financially abundant. They're living their purpose through doing various things that are sort of concordant with what I'm doing, or at least, in alignment in some way, shape, or form with what I'm doing. And then also feel a big philanthropic calling, or like the humanitarian in them is very front and center right now, because this humanitarian effort, as we get into the age of Aquarius after this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, it's on, brother and sister. This is where the shit really gets real. This is where we really step into our purpose, and staying in the present moment is not just good, but it's absolutely necessary in order to be able to keep going, right? Because once we're going to find that right now, if we get our minds caught up in the future, it's going to drain us like that. Also, if we get caught up in the past, like say an ex comes back in your life and you're like, oh, like, have they grown? Are they in the same place? I don't know. Like, do I really want to give this a shot? Do I want to open my heart and make it vulnerable again, whatnot? That stuff, like if it drains you too much, you won't be able to handle it. It'll be too much, right? So there are many people doing the work in many ways. And this is where we're in the very experimental learning experientially through the experimentation of whatever it is that we're feeling drawn to. And this is learning how to trust that intuitive feeling of I'm feeling drawn to something, but I don't know exactly what it is or how to process or use it. So I'm just gonna, have to sit back and allow it to unfold as it will. And this is where, of course, on the 14th, the last day of this week of this reading, we're coming into the solar eclipse, which is going to be massive. It's going to be huge. This is a brand new start, but this is also, being conjunct to South Node, this is all about letting go while starting new. This is a sort of a clean slate, right? It's at 23 degrees in 8 minutes, and that energy is all about change. This is such deep change, but at the same time, we have the Mars and Pluto square, the final of 3. And this is the one that I got another download during the process. And actually my mentor actually spoke about this energy, and it really resonated with this aspect, because Mars is about strength. It's a god of war, right? Pluto is about power, our relationship to power. Now, in this aspect, Pluto is going to be the more powerful one, the one that really teaches the deep lesson. Because it's the external planet. This is what sets patterns and stuff, for the rest of our life, really. And we have this new Mars, like after it came out of retrograde, we had this new version of us, of our divine masculine, coming in to this last version of this filtration process of getting rid of that narcissistic energy of this new person that we're deciding to be coming out of this world. And with this is about our relationship to strength and power, or strength versus power, I should say. Now, what is power? Power is our ability, or our will imposed on others, right? It's how we impose our power, or how we impose our will on others. How do we do that? Are we giving our power away? Are we being like in a state of lack with our power? So are we trying to, are we in a state of scarcity when it comes to our power and manipulating to get it all me, right? My own reason, my own purpose, being selfish? Or is it about being empowered to empower humanity, empower other people? This is all about that humanitarian aspect, right? And then we have strength. Strength represents other people's will imposed on us, and our ability to not be swayed by that, right? If we are strong, we will stand in conviction in our own authenticity, in our own truth, and not allow others to impose their belief systems or their power per se upon us. So this is the relationship and the play with our power versus strength, and where are we at with our own strength? Are we able to stand in our own truth and step into that power while allowing others to, impose their strength upon us and staying vigilant in our behavior, in our integrity, in our value system? This is all about putting in check our emotional boundaries and seeing where we're at with how strong we are and who we believe we are. You know the expression, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything. Well, this is this final push about really clarifying, are we falling for everything? Or are we actually standing in our power? Because this next year is going to be all about sort of like the rebellion. This is like in Star Wars, we are the rebellion. We are the ones that are standing up to create this new world. And we allow ourselves to be swayed by the influence coming from outside authoritarian sources that want us to believe that we're not okay being us? That's really what this is all about. And this is going to create a dynamic which is going to activate a deep passion, a deep needing to step further into our value system, because if we don't, we are going to get trampled on. And as you can see, everywhere in the world, this is happening. This is about, we need to band together in a very real and very organized fashion, because we the people are the most powerful thing in this world. And if we do not band together, then we will be overrun by these fucktards that are trying to control us. It's not okay. Not even close. And that is where there's going to be a split. The people that allow themselves to be controlled through others' strength being imposed on them and not being in a positive place with their own power. That's why we've had to go through 3 layers of this, because it's forced us to face these aspects of our power and strength dynamics within our heart. Okay? So this is where we're going to start to see new leaders coming into play who are coming from the heart. I mean, we're already seeing it, right? We're seeing it everywhere. But more and more, these people are going to start to really take over and be in charge and really run the show. I believe that the heart-centered people are going to win, because fear is no longer it. The fear vibration is being eradicated through the raising of vibration. That's why it looks so chaotic on the outside right now, because this dense energy cannot be housed in that. So what's going to happen is that shit's going to get crazy when all this election stuff starts to go sideways. All right, the MSM is portraying this energy like one person is winning, when in fact it's a lot of propaganda that's really lying to people, so that when it flips over to the other way, they're going to freak out and say, oh, you stole it and you're wrong and you're this and you're that. And then they're going to propagate, okay, well, let's fight. Right. And people are going to, want to get out and just start fighting. Now, that part, like, that's almost like, in old British movies, see, okay, let the pawns go first. Let all the unconscious people go battle it out in this bullshit little game. Right. Then when all that cools down, and actually this is going to be a good thing for humanity, because the more explosive it is, it means that energy is dissolving, it's diminishing, right? So whoever chooses to step into that low vibration energy, they're getting eradicated. They're going bye-bye. They're because they cannot survive in this higher vibration. However, I will say that there will be a certain amount of people that will be in that lower vibration that will stick around, and they're going to create this dystopia for themselves by following the authoritarian rule of these people that are trying to destroy this world. There will also be a utopian type society that is going to be created through the people that are living through their heart and not falling for this bullshit, really. And as people start to create these things, there'll be new communities, almost like communes, right? Sort of like Burning Man, the whole Burning Man-esque type philosophy, people taking care of each other, skill sets being much more acknowledged and valued. than things like money, right? People coming together, sharing their gifts, and building almost like villages or communities that are going to protect, and people are going to be honest with each other, and people are going to communicate clearly, and everybody's going to be nice and wanting to help each other, because we're going to have to rely on each other. This is why I've been talking all year, guys, about community. Community is everything. Of course, there's going to be a massive influx of new technologies as well, which is going to be also great, but also dangerous. We are blending the ancient civilization sort of rituals, ceremonies, and belief systems with new age technologies, if you will. Now, neither of these are inherently good or bad. It's what we make of them. So you can take technologies and use them for evil, right? It depends on what your intention is. Or you can take these technologies and use them for good, if your heart is pure. And we're going to really start to see distinctly the differences in this, especially when it comes to things like healthcare, and when it comes to just really taking care of the self. Okay, so get ready, because this is going to start speeding up very quickly once we have this. In fact, let's see when this is exact. So right now we are. Yeah, I'm going to bring the chart up on YouTube. So if you guys want to see the chart, go over to YouTube and you can check it out there. All right, so today, December 8th, we have Saturn at 29 degrees of Capricorn, Jupiter at 27 degrees, 45 minutes, almost at 28 degrees. So it's closing in. I mean, we're basically in this Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. We have Chiron that's basically stationed to go direct here in about a week too. So that Chiron energy is very potent as well. That Chiron energy is really activating the vulnerability and feeling all of this deep shit, right? John, what up, homie? Good to see you on here, man. And of course, we still have this Neptune square the nodes, all right, which is becoming more exact because now Neptune is going direct. It's still moving very slowly, okay, but this is very, very powerful. And with the sun just about conjunct the south node, okay, this is all about letting go of shit, belief system, stuff that no longer serves us, all right? There's a lot of letting go right now, okay? And as we're letting go, it may feel uncomfortable, but it's like you just know it has to happen. And the less you resist it, the more efficient things will just flow, right? You just need to let it flow right now. And Mercury is creeping up to the sun too pretty quickly. But Mars is at 19 degrees today, and Mars is moving fast, okay? It's moving about a third of a degree per day. And it's probably going to be speeding up more too. On December 10th, okay, we have the sun exactly conjunct the south node. Now, with the solar eclipse happening 3 days after that, we're already bringing up the energy of this sun conjunct the south node, and this is gonna set the stage for the feeling of this solar eclipse and really bring up the seeing, getting clarity, especially with Mercury now being at 14 degrees of Sagittarius. This is seeing what we need to let go of and really understanding that, okay, like I got to be honest with myself. This is where we're at. Let's see. So December 10th, 11th. Of course, now and now we have Jupiter at 28 degrees, and Jupiter's moving pretty fast now too. Okay. Venus at the very last parts of Scorpio is going to be getting the Scorpio energy more intense as well. And it's going to be sextiling all this week to Pluto, which that is amazing for having really positive relationships come in. Like, so if you're looking for a relationship and you want to manifest that shit, then, you know, step into it. Interestingly too, we have Black Moon Lilith trine over to Saturn, which is actually really good. But it's tense, it's intense, it's deep. This could be like a connection you meet that you're just like, oh my God, let's get married, right? Like, you're everything that I've ever wanted. This is so deep, and I just feel in my soul. Maybe people will think, oh my God, you're my soulmate, you're my twin flame. Let's go, like, you know, elope or whatever. Be careful with that, okay? You don't want to get too crazy caught up into that, but the feeling is going to be there. And I think we all, like, especially like living in times like this, We're like, I just want someone to share it with. I just want to be connected to someone that really I feel that deep connection with. So I know that I'm not alone going through all these, it's like sort of like, well, if you're the last person on earth, end of the world kind of scenario, like hopefully I can find everybody is like Red Rover trying to find that suitable mate to like, be like, okay, let's spend our lives together because we don't know how long we're going to have. That's going to be more of a subconscious feeling than anything, but still Neptune square the nodes makes it so like we don't know what's going to happen. And that not knowing makes us very uncomfortable. But, of course, this also goes into how much trust and how much strength you have in relationship to your power. There's that strength versus power thing again. Okay. And this is also building up throughout the week. So by the 20th, I'm sorry, 20th, by the 12th, we have Mars at 20 degrees. Okay. So this is, the conjunction is pretty much there. And of course, then in 2 days from then, we're going to be having this eclipse. So let's just kind of see, let's look at the eclipse energy. I'm very, very, very curious. And I'm actually going to make an eclipse video in and of itself probably later tonight. So I'll post it really late tonight, right around the time that I post my daily energy report for tomorrow. So you guys can check that out as well. And, get ready to understand how to navigate, this energy. I'm telling you, between the 14th and the 21st, it's going to be like nothing we've ever experienced. Be kind to yourself. Detoxify. Like heavy metal detoxes are an excellent idea right now because with the raising of vibration so quickly, it's going to interact with the heavy metals in our body. Okay. Fasting, clearing things out, meditation, hot springs, like stuff like massage, like things like that is going to be very, very beneficial right now. Don't try to force anything right now. Do not force a thing. Okay. I cannot stress that enough. All right. So let's see here. We're going to go to 23. Maridi, maridi, maridi. Mariditsu, maridi, maridi. That is an Icaro. Remolinor pomanta sawayangai. Sawayangai. I used to sing that song to my daughter when she was born. Love that song. Okay, so 23 degrees, 8 minutes, which is interesting because for the last 3 months, all the full moons have been at 8 degrees. All the new moons have been at 23 degrees. So now we have at 23 degrees and 8 minutes on this full moon solar eclipse. You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. So this is the third and final new moon that is at 23 degrees, which is like the final part of this new beginning. Now, right now we have Mars at 20 degrees, 43 minutes. We have Pluto at 23 degrees, 38 minutes. So literally by the time we have, I think it's going to be exact. Actually, let's see. I think it's going to be exact at the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction. But as we can see, so we have some good aspects here. All right. We have Mars trine over to over to these energies, which is beautiful, beautiful energy. This is all about really getting infused with this new version of who we are. We need this win, so to speak, with our masculine energy, so that we can really take that Pluto energy and infuse it together. And we also have here, we have Venus right now that's sextile over to Jupiter and Saturn. And Venus is also conjunct that white moon Selena. So this is really connecting at a very, very deep level to our heart, to knowing what we want, to really being a magnet to attract a lot of big decisions and a lot of really important decisions that are going to put us in the right direction. And this is also at the anorectic degree, right? So this is really the full force energy of Scorpio, which is very sexual, which is very intuitive, and also very mysterious, like connected with someone just like you're exploring each other and you're like, holy fuck, how deep does this rabbit hole go? Literally and figuratively speaking. You know what I'm saying? So 15th. Okay, so on the 16th, Chiron will be going direct. So during the solar eclipse, we literally have Chiron sitting still in the sky. This is really like digging into the question, who am I at a deepest level? Possible. This is so deep. And the Chiron is trine over to Venus in White Moon Selena. So this is a really great for a divine feminine, but it's also great for a divine masculine. This is energy we need. This is a very positive, like new beginnings, new starts, feeling good about ourselves, feeling strong in what we need, creating deeper ingrained value systems and knowing what we want, building strength and power in a higher vibration within ourselves, and purging out all like the self-sabotaging, the victim mentality. That is if you're tapped in, right? Because if you're not tapped in, you're not going to know what to look for. You're not going to be able to surrender. You're going to be trying to control everything. So, but now here's the thing. You can't force others to try to figure it out either. This is such an individual process. And at this point, the belief systems are so crystallized that it's going to be what it is. You're not going to be able to really do anything with it. Well, with anybody else, that is. You can't help. So don't go out trying to help other people. The way that you help other people right now is by shifting your own energy and being a product of that. When you actively try to go help at this point in the game, it sort of be like saving people. When you go out of your way to try to do that, that's the ego-driven desire. And it's a positive desire. Not all ego things are negative, okay? Ego is necessary. It's how we individuate ourselves. But there's also saying that don't give in to that ego desire right now, because you're doing enough of your own work internally that internal work in itself, energetically, like people will look at you like, I wonder what he or she has going on. I want some of that, right? That is where the real change is. Planting the seeds are going to happen. But you're not going to see it, you're not going to know it, and you're not going to understand it. So there's going to be no gratification there. You just have to trust, like everything that's going to be, will be, and that's that. Okay? So let's see here, 22, 23. So really it's going to be exact. It's in the same degree right now, but it's not going to be exact until about the 23rd. So that's literally like right when the Saturn Jupiter conjuncture is going to be exact too. So this Pluto and Mars square, and not to mention the moon, the moon is going to be conjunct to Mars when this Mars and Pluto square happen, along with the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction. So this is, I mean, holy shit, guys. And Uranus and Black Moon Lilith are going to be conjunct as well, retrograde. This is massive. Not to mention, like now we have Venus in Sagittarius. It's in a much better place. And Venus is going to be trine over to Chiron, which is really just, this is deep purging, guys. Deep purging, deep awareness of where we give our power away, deep confrontation of our own demons, really. This is like saying, okay, now we're at this threshold, now we're in this portal where you can no longer take these darknesses with you. They gotta go. It's like that scene in a Bronx Tale. It's like, okay, now you can't leave, right? Now we're going to fucking hammer these shits out, and you can't fucking go anywhere. You're going to face this shit. And of course, guys, don't forget, this is Christmas. December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. All right? The 25th, I mean, we're still pretty much conjunct here. And now Jupiter is at 1 degree, but, they're both less than 1 degree orb out of there. And we're coming up literally on Christmas Day, Venus conjunct the South Node. Venus conjunct the South Node, past life, lessons, past life people coming into play, people from the past, big epiphanies, aha moments, things shifting and changing in a way that was very unexpected, very transformative, because now our energy has shifted. Because our energy has shifted, people are responding to our energy in a new and different way. Okay? So really exciting times, my friends. Really big and revolutionary energies coming through. And embrace it with, the best you can. And just let everything be okay. No forcing anything. No really even trying to figure shit out. Just, that's it. Just, okay, this comes in. It is what it is. That's it. How am I feeling in regards to my strength, my power? This is really what I want you guys to focus on, okay? Am I feeling powerful? Am I feeling disempowered around this person, around this energy, around this situation? Don't judge it, observe it, right? So Yeah, big blow ups. You know, people leaving your life that you never thought would leave your life. But if you're coming from your heart and you're staying in your like mature boundary energy, it shouldn't get too ugly. Okay, it should just like, okay, we both know that this needs to happen, so let's just go our ways and let it be. Like, because everybody has so much of their own shit that they're feeling right now. It's like we don't have the energy to have any drama. Like, fuck drama. It's just we don't have any room for that, right? So enjoy this energy. And you know, I know that might be like, enjoy it, but look, if you're feeling like that energy, where's your head at? Why are you feeling that way? You know, acknowledge that, like, okay, I'm going through some shit, but I have a great support system. I know who I am, right? Fuck drama forever, damn right. I know who I am. I know my boundaries. Okay, I know that I have big things coming for me. I know because the universe, I've been doing the work and the universe is conspiring in my favor. And I know that I have these new beautiful energies coming in. I know I have a new beginning. All right. This is the biggest energy shift we are going to feel in our entire lives, my friends. So big, right? Exactly. Spend time alone. Get to know yourself at a deeper level, right? Allow these experiences to teach us on this deeper level. You have to sit with the energy. When you feel discomfort, when you feel triggered, okay, the triggers are the teachers. The triggers are the way. So be with it, allow it to be okay, and fuck the drama. All right? So that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your likes and your shares and your subscribes. Please share these videos if you feel that it'll help, you know, somebody. And don't forget, 40% off my astrology readings. Go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com, or just message me on Instagram and I'll connect with you. And let's get you a reading and let's get you some clarity, some answers. Clarity is so crucial right now, right? And I've been loving connecting with all you guys. I've been having a lot of people reaching out and, you know, doing readings with a lot of people, having really positive experiences. And, you know, it's funny. I even had a couple of people like, wow, spiritual bodybuilder. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's just me, man. You know, I'm just like, you know, we're all in this together. And, you know, we're all the same. We all get the same DNA and we're all growing together. So I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you guys for tuning in and for supporting me. And look out for my solar eclipse report. And other than that, man, I'm going to see all you beautiful people on the next report. Thank you.